In this channel, we've covered all about farming huge in-demand animals and livestock, but today, we bring you a unique farming that's only just gotten popular in recent years: crocodile farming. But before we start, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Though it's not widely known, we've done all the research to provide you with accurate information. So stick around till the end so you don't miss out on anything. Crocodile farming lacks the vast history that surrounds other animals, but it's just as impactful. It became popular around the 1970s when the growing demands of crocodile skin could not be sustained by wild farming. At first, it was primarily for the skin that crocodiles were farmed, but the farmers soon made their use as any other livestock. The demand for both the meat and the skin is still growing. From a survey done in 2016, it was revealed that 4,000 to 5,000 crocodile farms exist to this date. They vary from small-sized farms holding a few crocodiles to a high-investment farm with 100,000 animals. For this video, we're taking a trip down to the swamp where the farming ultimately begins. The whole process of crocodile farming starts when they go to collect the eggs from the crocodile's nest. Female crocodiles are known to guard their offsprings aggressively, so it's important to make sure that the mother is nowhere near the nest when this process is taking place. The eggs are very prone to breaking. They could crack and break even if just jostled lightly, which is why farmers use a bag or a basket similar to their nest to bring the eggs back to the farm. Female crocodiles tend to lay 15 to 20 eggs at a time, so a trip around the swamp should be enough to collect enough eggs for farming. This method of breeding depends on the surrounding of the farm along with the capacity. This method of ranching is only possible if the farm is situated in the wild or near a crocodile-infested river or swamp. For the big farms that require large-scale production, they use captive breeding, the production of eggs from a captive adult in a controlled environment. After they're brought to the farm, they're kept in a temperature-controlled incubator, where they stay till they're ready for hatching. This process varies from farm to farm. Some store away their eggs in the incubator just as they're brought in, while others like to individually inspect the eggs and discard the dead and infertile ones. The incubator room is heavily monitored to make sure the eggs are doing well at the set temperature. If done right, the hatching success goes up to 80%. When the hatching begins, it's important to check the first hatch to determine if the remaining eggs are ready for hatching or should be left undisturbed for a few more days. In some cases, the hatching of the first one triggers the hatching of others, even if they're not fully internalized. In this case, the hatchlings may be kept in an incubator. Some hatchlings have trouble getting out of their eggs. In the wild, the female takes care of it by mouthing the eggs, but here they're aided by the humans, who keep an eye on the whole process. Hatchlings are then checked individually to determine their health, dividing healthy ones from the sickly ones. While the healthy crocodiles are washed and taken to the man-made habitat to begin their journey, the sickly ones are returned to the incubator, where they stay until they're healthy enough to be let loose. They're provided with extra care and medication to increase their survival rate, but the mortality rate of a sick hatchling is still pretty high. Some farms leave their hatchlings in the incubator for an added 2 to 7 days, whether they're weak or strong, to determine a higher survival rate. The new crocodiles like to swim in the water thanks to their natural instinct, and so they're kept in a low-level controlled water area for the first few days, where the newborns are first fed. Their feeding largely consists of minced or finely diced red meat, either pork or chicken. They're also provided with fish supplements. Being carnivorous animals, they must stock up on red meat to grow healthy. They're fed daily in the post-hatching period, but the feeding is gradually reduced to 4 to 5 days per week, depending on their size. This is mainly while crocodile farming is very expensive and requires big investments. The cost that racks up from feeding red meat every day is huge. Tons of meat is used per day in big production farms. They're minced in a barn and later supplied all over the farm. Farms usually have a machine helping them with this job. As the crocodiles grow in size and age, the meat is less chopped and contains bigger pieces. After spending a few weeks in the water, they're moved to their cages. When farming crocodiles, farmers have to keep in mind that they're very aggressive creatures, and that can lead to fighting among themselves. It's not just fatal for the crocodile, risking death or infection, it's also not good for their skin to have bite marks and scratches, which reduces its commercial value. They're separated into groups and are kept in a quiet environment to avoid stress or trigger any aggressive behavior. They also can't regulate their body temperature, so they must be raised in a good environment with a decent water source to keep their temperature regulated. They're placed in different cages depending on their weight and are fed every day. They gradually continue to grow and shift groups according to their weight. Diseases are another thing to look out for. While crocodiles have high disease resistance, a disease outbreak can still be problematic and can cause high mortality rates. While other parasite or bacteria that enter the crocodile are not as harmful to their health, but severely affect the quality of their skin. In case of disease spread, antibiotics are prescribed by vets, which are mixed with the food and fed to all, reducing the possible spread. Crocodiles have the habit of turning protein into body weight, and so we see their rapid growth in the first 2 years. During this time, they bulk up on body fat, and their skin grows healthy from the supplements and red meat. They grow very slowly after the first growth spurt, which is why most crocodiles are harvested within 2 years. Now they're ready to be sent off. After a quick health check, they're ready to be departed for the slaughterhouse. This final process is not any easier and is done keeping the safety of the workers in mind, seeing as how they're dealing with grown crocodiles now. The restraining of the crocodiles can be done by tightly wrapping their jaw and covering their eyes. This can be difficult as the crocodiles stress and struggle. The transporting is another feat, as extra care is needed to avoid dehydration, overheating, overcooling, and struggling. Some farms even use immobilizing agents to calm the crocodiles during the transport. Once reaching the slaughterhouse, the process of production immediately begins again. First, the crocodiles are immobilized before slaughter to make it as quick and painless as possible. There are a few ways to immobilize them, but electrostunning or euthanasia is a widely used method that makes them go unconscious and causes death with minimal pain. The first and most important part is to remove the skin safely, and even after all these years, this method is still trusted to human hands. Once the skin is safely removed, it's sent off for the tanning and curing process, followed by a lengthy production process which takes a lot of time. The body is given off for the meat production process. The legs and head are removed from the body, and the rest are divided into shapely pieces that are later put into packaging after a thorough quality check. This process is mainly done manually. Very little machinery is used for this, but in turn, the production houses must hire very competent workers to get the job done. After the quality check, the food is immediately packaged, weighed, and is ready for shipping. The demand for crocodile meat is still sparse, but if sold in the right place, it can be sold both domestically and internationally. The best-selling product of the crocodile is its skin, which is sold both domestically and on the international market. Products made of crocodile skins are very expensive and often seen in designer brands. They're used for making several products like belts, wallets, bags, and shoes. The demand for these products is what's keeping crocodile farming alive. But it's also important to give back where you're taking from, and so some of the crocodiles are released into nature to maintain a natural balance. When they're first left to their natural habitat after living on a farm, it can be a little difficult for them at first, but many survive due to their instinct. To keep track of them, the farm issues markings on their tails similar to clipping. This is called alligator farming. This is where they let crocodiles develop into alligators in the natural environment. This is important to keep their farms going. When the crocodiles mature and reach sexual maturity, they lay eggs, and the cycle continues all over again. With the growing demand for crocodile meat globally, farms like these need to exist to meet the demand. Countries like China, Taiwan, and Hong Kong demand a high export of crocodile meat. Nearly 85% of the meat in Africa is exported by them. About 70,000 live crocodiles are exported for farming each year. Africa and Kenya are the leading producers of crocodile meat. In Kenya, almost 33,000 crocodiles are living in a 110-mile space. But with all the safety measures and precautions taken, dealing with wild animals is still unpredictable, so this is a dangerous industry to be in. Now that you know all the insider secrets of the crocodile farming industry, what are your thoughts about it? Let us know in the comments, and thank you for watching the video. See you next time!